Some people says the New York new mayor is a communist or a socialist. What do you think?
Well, no, I don't think he's a communist or a socialist. His ideas and his philosophy probably best match what's called a democratic socialist, and that is not the same as a socialist. And it is certainly not communist. So in socialism, the people actually own all of the means of production. That means all of the factories, all of the services. The people own them. In communism, the state or the country owns all of the businesses, all of the factories, all of the services. And in democratic socialism, it's quite a bit different. Democratic socialists do want capitalism. They want private ownership. They want private investors. Because that's how you grow things, that's how you get new ideas, that's how you motivate people to create new products and new services and to make the existing ones better. However, democratic socialists believe in tight regulations on those private businesses, tight regulations by the government, so that none of the businesses, none of the corporations can abuse or extort the workers, and also cannot abuse the customers. So, for instance, in America, we have some laws against a business becoming a monopoly, where the one business takes over the entire industry, and then they can do whatever they want because customers have no choice. However, those anti-monopoly laws in the United States, they get changed and they get softened and they get corrupted because those big corporations give money to the politicians to change the laws in the company's favor. In democratic socialism, the rules are tight and the rules are intended to protect the people, not just to promote the business. And so if you look at countries like Denmark and Sweden, you'll find that they have plenty of private businesses, but the businesses are controlled in such a way that they cannot become a danger to the workers or to the customers. No, please. The other thing about democratic socialism is it believes in very strong safety net programs. So, if somebody loses a job, they cannot end up going completely bankrupt and losing their home and becoming homeless and starving to death. That is impossible in a democratic socialist country. Because the programs are very clear and very strong to prevent that kind of thing. Therefore, people have the security to quit a job that they don't like, where they feel they're being treated unfairly, and go look for work someplace else, because they're not going to end up losing their house and starving in the 2 or 3 months that it might take to find a good job.
That's wonderful.
in a democratic socialist country, nobody goes bankrupt because of a medical problem.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a big car crash and you're in the hospital for 6 months and then you need another 6 months of physical therapy, you will not lose your house and your family. It's impossible. You will not have to pay gigantic bills because that's part of what everybody agrees. This is what we pay taxes for, to protect each other, to help each other. Not just in democratic socialist countries, people generally think that paying taxes is a good thing because it helps us all, and therefore the community, the whole community, is better off. And so people don't generally argue about spending money for things like health insurance for everybody because it helps the whole community. Several of the countries like Netherlands, also in Northern Europe, when you go to college, your family doesn't have to go bankrupt paying for you to go to college. The government pays for you to go to college, and because going to college is a full-time job, the government also pays you an amount to allow you to rent an apartment and pay for groceries.
Wow.
So that you can concentrate on learning.
Wow.
Because they believe that having an educated population is good for the entire community.
Yeah. Good for citizens.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's the basic nature of what they call democratic socialist.
Wow.
Bernie Sanders is a senator from Vermont, I believe. And he is the most notable politician who actually calls himself a democratic socialist. He says very clearly that those are the values that we should be promoting in this country. We are the richest country in the world. We have the strongest military by far. We have the resources to actually do this. We have the resources better than the Netherlands or Denmark have resources to do this.
Yeah.
If we tax the rich people at the same rate that we tax the middle income people. Currently, the richest of the rich pay, because of all the rules that they can take advantage of, all the little tiny details that they can take advantage of, which are not available to middle income people. They get away with paying only a tiny, tiny fraction of taxes that middle income people pay.
Yeah.
So it's very common for middle income people to be paying about 30% in federal income taxes at the highest margin. And yet the top 1%, the richest 1% in this country, are paying much less than that.
Yeah.
By taking advantage of all the little rules that only rich people can use, because you have to have an enormous amount of money and you have to own lots of things to take advantage of all those little rules. Middle income people own their house and that's about it. And so they can't take advantage of any of those special rules. Now, Mr. Mamdani, he has ideas that are very similar to what would be called democratic socialist. He does not want anybody in New York City to have to go bankrupt or become homeless because of things like health problems or injuries. He doesn't want people to have to take a second or third job just because transportation to get to their first job costs so much money.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any children to have to go hungry. And so he wants to put in place the same kind of strong safety net programs that democratic socialist countries have. Now, it's going to be tough. Is he going to be able to get them all? Probably not. And he doesn't have 30 years to do this. He only has 4 years, and the big corporations and the very rich people can simply refuse and fight until his 4 years are over. So he's not going to get to accomplish all of that.
Yeah, that's hard job.
But these are the kinds of things that he wants to do. Why does he want to do them? I mean, it sounds like, oh my God, that means New Yorkers are going to have to pay more taxes. Well, first of all, the people that he wants to pay more taxes are the people who are super rich and either live or own property in New York City and are not paying their fair share of taxes. And if those people can be taxed effectively, not out of business, but just a little bit more, that would pay for all these programs.
Yeah, I believe that.
And if you take the person who's having to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make sure that their children are fed and have clothes and have shoes without holes in them, and you lower their cost of things like transportation across the city, and you automatically give the children free breakfast and free lunch at school, that reduces the strain on the parents who are trying to get by. If that allows those parents to drop their 3rd job, that means they can be at home with the kids a little bit more. Help them a little bit more with life problems. Help them a little bit more with homework. Those children who have their parents around will grow up to be better adults.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the effect, spending a few years giving parents low-cost transportation across the city so that they can get to their job, giving kids breakfasts and lunches at school where it's very cheap to do it because you can do it at large scale. The few years you spend doing that for a child and giving the child more hours with their parents produces an effect of a better adult citizen for the next 40 years or for the next 60 years of their life. So when you invest in children, you get a return that is much, much greater than what you spent on those years during childhood.
Oh, that's good.
And that's the kind of thinking that a democratic socialist uses, not just how much can I save in taxes this year alone, that's all I care about.
Yeah. I hope everything achieved.
Now, I want to say one thing else about Mr. Mamdani. A lot of people have expressed worry or concern because of his religion. He's a Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
However, that really should not be a worry. We've had Muslims working in this country, working in the government forever.
Yeah.
That has not created a big problem. The only Muslims that have ever created a significant problem for this country are those that came here with the idea already in mind to create problems. Now, a few of them have actually radicalized United States young people to become violent Muslims.
Oh, terrorist.
Sometimes. Terrorist thinking. But again, that's done by people who are intentionally doing that. A man doesn't promise to give free breakfasts and lunches to children in order to find some way to bomb a building. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's not what you would do.
Yeah.
The exact same argument that, well, you can't have a Muslim in charge of any government agency because they have sworn to follow Islam more than any laws. That same argument was used to try to prevent John F. Kennedy from becoming president. They said you cannot have a Catholic as president because a Catholic has vowed to follow the Pope, not the Constitution. And yet, of course, we did elect him. He did not do things that were based on what the Pope said in contradiction to the Constitution. And he's thought of as one of our great modern presidents, even though he only had a short time.
Yeah, luckily, America has a constitution. Yeah.
We're hoping America still has a constitution 3 years from now.
Yeah, still stand there, be strong.
But just because somebody has a religion doesn't mean that they can't be a very effective, very proud American. We've proven that.
Yeah,